Humans aren't born out of laying around on their asses. We've been born out of conquering a world. We're the dominant species. We built all this. We're powerful, and we're beautiful, and we're ready to build the next level of civilization in God's plan. But you must stop bowing to those who want to make you a victim. You must become the victor. If you love God and you want to build a pro-human future, then you are an enemy of the New World Order and Satanism. They want us shut down because we have the Spirit. I'm jacked into the source. I know the secret, and I want to see you empowered. But you have to believe in yourself first. This is the truth, and everyone knows it.
Majesty, the 98th Emperor of the Holy Britannian Empire.
So ladies and gentlemen, this video was requested and I'm more than happy to oblige as an American. Let me just say up front, Justin Trudeau is a joke. He's an authoritarian. When it was time to really show what a leader he was, during the, the trucker situation, he showed that these people have absolutely no problem with committing any sort of evil, any sort of just unethical, unlawful violation, if it meant that they could just get what they want. So freezing these people's bank accounts, towing that, it's absolutely unconscionable what Trudeau and the Liberal government in Canada did. Now, with that being said, let's get something, let's watch Trudeau, and then I'll explain why this guy is an absolute muppet.
So today, the United States launched a trade war against Canada.
No, false. Already wrong. Canada was already ripping off the United States, and it's so extreme that people don't even believe it when they see the numbers. Let's just take a moment to look at what Canada tariffs our goods at. So our goods coming into the US. You're going to shit yourself, because this freak and these mongoloids in Canada, these absolute mother Canuckers, these retards, that, by the way, are taking alcohol off the shelves that they've already purchased. So they purchase this alcohol, but they're taking it off the shelf. You're idiots. But let's just take a look. Here's a list of the most outrageous tariffs Canada imposes on the US. You ready for this? Chicken, 263%. That's not a typo. It's not 2.63%. It's not 26%. 263%. Turkey, 179%. Butter, 175%. Dairy spreads, 165. Certain fish products, 160. Milk, 155% tariffs. Cheese, 147%. Beef, 77%. Pork, 77%. Eggs, 66%. Flour, 40%. Wheat, 38%. Orange juice, 25%. Peanut butter, 25%. And it goes, let's see. Margarine, 237%. Whey powder, 208%. Powdered milk, 270%. Barley seed, nearly 58%. Buttermilk, 243%. Skim powdered milk, and so on. Duck meat, 140%. So when I hear Trudeau say that America started a trade war, no, you started the trade war. Donald Trump is finishing it, because and this is really what blows my mind. Canada is a chihuahua that thinks that it can beat a pit bull. America is the pit bull. We are the biggest and most fierce economy in the world. But when you listen to these people, they think, well, you can't tariff us. You can't tariff us, otherwise your economy is going to crash. You're not going to be able to make it without us. You have a grotesquely inflated sense of your self-importance. And this is what I voted for. For these smug bureaucrats to be ground to heel and taught how impotent and pathetic and weak they are. Now, unfortunately, the Canadian people are going to have to learn this lesson as well. You've elected retards. You've elected retards. And we were no better. We elected a lot of retards too. But we corrected our mistake and brought back Donald Trump. You booing our national anthem and then celebrating as the products that you already paid for are getting taken off the shelves in this ceremonial, just ridiculous, empty gesture. You've made it that much more satisfying when you're going to come face to face, smack dab real hard, with the consequences of your stupidity. So if you're Canadian, I have nothing against you. But my advice to you is get out of Canada. Do whatever you can, other than crossing illegally. Do whatever you can to get out. Because these places are filled with leftist, degenerate, brain-dead scum. These people are not your friends. They've been tariffing American goods at this rate because they could. And now that they can't, they're treating it like we've done something wrong. I think Donald Trump should increase the tariffs. Personally. 100%. Put these loudmouth, limp-dick bureaucrats who just want to go toe-to-toe with Trump, put them in their place. These pseudo-tough guys, these corrupt, ignorant pieces of garbage. Put them down. Metaphorically speaking, I'm talking about, put it on the table. I'm not pulling a Hassan here, I promise.
Their closest partner and ally, their closest friend.
Friends don't overcharge their friends. And then when they try to create like a reciprocal, like 50-50. So basically it's been like this. We've gone out to dinner for years and we've paid 90% of the bill. You paid 10. We're like, all right, you know what? I think we should both pay 50-50. And you treat it like, okay, this friendship is over. This friendship is over. It's like, okay, well then you weren't a friend.
At the same time, they're talking about working positively with Russia, appeasing Vladimir Putin.
So friends also don't lie about each other. You disgusting freak. You blackface wearing, maple syrup sucking freak. Friends don't lie about each other, do they? Donald Trump wants peace. He's made it very clear. He wants to bring Zelensky and Putin to the table so that they can end the war. You're lucky that I'm not president. Because just on that statement alone, I would play this statement in an ad, and I would say Canada is not our allies, they're our enemies. We're increasing the tariffs by 225% to make it 250%. And if Trudeau or the government of Canada continues to run its mouth, I'm increasing it by 25% every day that they don't issue an apology. I'd crush you. Because you're not on our level. You're not on America's level, and you never have been. So I would take all the people that would be rushing back to my country to open facilities, to open basically we wouldn't even have to invade you. Your economy would crash overnight. And without us, we'd be able to buy you for pennies on the dollar. So don't play this game, you absolute mongoloid freak.
A lying, murderous dictator. Make that make sense. Canadians are reasonable, and we are polite, but we will not back down from a fight. Not when our country and the well-being of
You're authoritarians. You don't have free speech. You don't have a Second Amendment. You tyrannically and irrationally impose environmental mandates on people. You will freeze people's bank accounts if they don't comply with you. You will violate every law imaginable in order to accomplish the persecution of people you don't like. You are a fraud, and you are, in my opinion, an enemy of the United States. Your philosophy, your beliefs, how you govern, how you conduct yourself. You're not an ally. You're not a friend. You're a very small but very loud obstacle to be run over, metaphorically speaking. I mean, economically. I'm not Hassan.
everyone in it is at stake. At the moment, the U.S. tariffs came into effect in the early hours of this morning, and so did the Canadian response. Canada will be implementing 25% tariff.
By the way, Trump has already responded to this, saying that if they increase 25%, they will increase 25% as well. But I think he should do a double reciprocal. I think every 25% they put on, we should put on 50. Because by that time, maybe we'll catch up to the tariffs that they already have on our stuff.
Against $155 billion worth of American goods, starting with tariffs on
$155 billion is nothing. That's nothing. Are you kidding? That's a Doge rounding error.
$30 billion worth of goods immediately, and tariffs on the remaining $125 billion of American products in 21 days' time.
This freak is. Like, you're talking about something that, like, the U.S. was going to send, like, $50 million to Mozambique for condoms. Like, we're a country that, I mean, like, 130 billion. We've sent like 3 times that to Ukraine. Like, I hate to tell you this, but you're a rounding error. And the thing is,
should these tariffs,
I don't have anything against Canada. But when you get these people that talk big, like, we're going to stand up to Trump and we're going to go toe-to-toe with America, you people are insects. Like, in terms of your economic might, you're insects. And so you want to pull alcohol off the shelves that you've already paid for? Fine. Do it. You do not have any effect on the market. And by the way, what do you think happens when, our tariffs get to the point where your goods aren't even worth importing? You'll have a bunch of garbage and no market. What is your market? The Canadian market? You're going to have to import all your stuff overseas. Who's going to buy your stuff? Europe? That's a hell of a price to get the stuff there. That's a hell of a price to get the stuff there. You can do it, but you're going to have to be importing probably 10 to 15 times more stuff. You're going to have to be freighting it overseas, which is not something that you're known for. Not something that you're known for in that sort of quantity. So what you're doing here is you're yapping and barking and playing tough with basically with your economic life. And I don't understand why you do that. I don't understand why you do that at all. I mean, holy criminy.
Not cease. We are in active and ongoing discussions with provinces and territories to pursue several non-tariff measures. Measures which will demonstrate that there are no winners in a trade war.
Oh, we're gonna win. Oh, make no mistake. You have grossly overestimated your importance. You have grossly overestimated your importance. And instead of getting on your knees in the Oval Office and saying, Mr. President, how hard would you like me to suck? Instead of doing that, you've decided to blow out a bunch of hot air, and it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you a lot.
Now, just like I did a month ago, I want to speak first directly to the American people. We don't want this.
No, I know you don't. We do.
We want to work with you.
We don't want to work with you.
As a friend.
You're not our friend.
And ally.
You're not an ally.
And we don't want to see you hurt either.
No, we'll be fine. Yeah, we'll be fine. Vermont has very good maple syrup. Vermont has very good maple syrup. We have crude ourselves that we're going to be exporting. We're going to be energy dominant. We're going to be fine without you. In terms of like the stuff for the soil, yeah, you know, you do make good like manure and stuff, and you know, stuff to put in our dirt to grow crops. But we'll figure it out. We'll be all right. It's sort of the same response I had to people saying, well, America can't do it without H-1B visas from India. No, we'll be fine. We'll be just fine. We'll be okay. We'll be okay without you. You, on the other hand, will not be okay without us. You will be absolutely crippled. Your economy will collapse. And by the way, did I mention that all of this could be over if you decided to join the U.S. and become a series of states? You're gonna find that out. We may buy you for pennies on the dollar.
But your government has chosen to do this to you.
Well, no, they've chosen to do it to you, and we voted them in for it. Good. Very good. I'm happy about this. Now, I know this triggers some people. I actually, to pull it up real quick, I shouldn't dive into this, but there was somebody who was very offended at my pro-America stance. So I got blocked, actually, by this person, Lunar Archivist. So this person was having a meltdown, like a full-blown meltdown over the tariffs. And I said, Canadians booing our national anthem. The tariffs just got 10 feet taller, mother Canuckers. Which, not my best, but I still think it's pretty funny. So this, and this person says, and you're gone. LOL, they blocked me over a joke. What a bitch. I hope Trump's tariffs on Canada get 10 feet tall. It's a joke about the wall. The wall just got 10 feet taller. But yeah, I mean, there are some massive retards that are, that are coming out to make, statements like that. But it's just, this isn't affecting me. And it's not really going to affect Americans very much, but it's going to affect you. It's going to affect you way more. then it's going to affect us.
As of this morning, markets are down. And
I'm actually curious. What are the where are the markets at right now? Let me check my my portfolio real quick. Oh, no, they look like they're up. Let me take a look and see. My personal stuff is up, but I don't know if the Dow Jones is up. Let's take a look. Let's see. Oh, wow. Wow, would you look at that? They rallied after Trump's speech. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Huh. So maybe the markets aren't going to crash. Maybe they aren't down. Let's take a look. Let's take a look across the board. Oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that? The Dow, the S&P, the NASDAQ, they're all up. They're all up by a lot. It seems like they're recovering a little bit. Seems like they dipped, but they're coming back up. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Oh man. It's just so interesting to watch this slimy authoritarian cocksucker just ooze and lie and make stuff up and just be a detritus, loathsome piece of garbage.
inflation is set to rise dramatically all across your country. Your government has chosen to put American jobs at risk, at the thousands of work.
Dude, Trump just announced that there's a massive chip company that's going to be bringing about 40% of its total supply workforce to the U.S. We're getting more factories made in the automotive field, microprocessors, car manufacturers. Honda is one of them. Apple's investing. We're doing just fine. And this bravado is going to age like the milk that you tax at like 260%.
Places that succeed because of materials from Canada or because of consumers in Canada, or both. They've chosen to raise costs for American consumers on everyday essential items like...
No, you have. Because you could have lowered your tariffs, but you didn't want to do that. You wanted to keep ripping us off. So now we're doing reciprocal tariffs. Which honestly, I think Trump should double it. Double reciprocal. You put 25% on us, we'll put 50% on you. You put 50% on us, we'll put 100% on you. You want to keep playing that game? We can do it. I think Trump should.
Groceries and gas, on major purchases like cars and homes, and...
You're not important. What does 25% on tariffs have to do with cars? There's going to be no tariffs because the cars are being made here. The lumber, we have our own forests. We have our own trees. We can use our own lumber. Like, you are not that important. Because if you were that important, like, for example, and you're lucky that I'm not president, You have one of your politicians running their mouth that, well, we're going to turn off energy to millions of Americans. We're just going to shut off their power and I'll do it with a smile on my face. I'll just let you know, you're lucky I'm not president, because I would take that statement and use it as a declaration of war. That you're threatening millions of our people, and you do it gleefully. The war would be over in like half a day, by the way. Yeah, less than that. But I take it as a declaration of war, and I'd just invade you. I would. You could say, well, you can't do that. Why? It's not like they have a military. We're the United States. We could take whatever we want. Oh, but ethically, a guy just said he's going to shut off all the energy. It's still technically winter. Going to shut off the energy to Americans with a smile on his face. That sounds like enemy behavior. I'd invade you. I'd just take you. But I'm not president, and I never will be, because my reforms would be too radical. I'd, actually try to get things done to help people. Crazy. But the fact is that you talking like this, it demonstrates that there's a reason why we voted for somebody like Trump and not somebody like you.
Everything in between. They've chosen to harm American national security.
You're a Canadian. It's going to hurt our national security? If that's true that 25% tariffs on you is going to affect our national security, if this is going to hurt our people, the only logical thing is for us to invade you. That's the only logical thing. If American lives are at risk because of what you're doing, the only logical thing is for us to send in our aircraft carriers. I'm not actually being serious. I don't want to invade Canada. There's not much there. There's not much there. There's not much to take. I mean, I know some people are going to take it out of context. No, I'm not saying that we should actually invade Canada. I was only joking. There's nothing of value there. It's like all of the rare earths are in Greenland. There's nothing in Canada. The crude that they have is like sour crude. It's like the worst of the worst. We get that tar for cheap because it's garbage and they can't refine it. We can just get our own. Yeah. Yeah, that's...
Impeding access to the abundant critical minerals, energy, building materials, and fertilizers that we have.
Yeah. You're not going to be able to do anything without us. We supply you with the dirt.
And that the United States needs to grow and prosper. They've chosen to launch...
You know what this feels like? And I know some people take this the wrong way. You know what this feels like? This feels like when I watch black people online cope with their history and they have to tell themselves that, we built this country. Like, without us. Like, we built this country. No, you didn't. You didn't build anything. If you did, Africa wouldn't be the laughingstock of the entire world. You would have built a Wakanda civilization that would be ruling the world, but you didn't. Africa is one of the most corrupt, bloodthirsty, low IQ, just... And when I say Africa, I should be more specific. Certain countries within Africa, there are definitely some countries that are more well-off and more sophisticated than others, but no, you would not be Kangs. But I just think it's that same sort of energy. Like, we built this. We built America. No, you don't. Your ancestors picked cotton. Oh God, it's the same energy. The same. Without us, you're a rounding error. Your entire economy is a rounding error for the United States. Um, sorry to burst your bubble.
A trade war that will, first and foremost, harm American families. They've chosen to sabotage their own agenda that was supposed to usher in a new golden age.
You're an authoritarian tyrant that has run Canada into the ground. We voted in Donald Trump because he's the opposite of what you are. Just keep that in mind.
For the United States. And they've chosen to undermine the incredible work we've done together to tackle the scourge that is fentanyl, a drug that must be wiped from the face of the earth.
You're not doing a good enough job.
So on that point, let me be crystal clear. There is absolutely no justification or need whatsoever for these tariffs today. Now, the legal pretext your government is using to bring in these tariffs is that Canada is apparently unwilling to help in the fight against illegal fentanyl. Well, that is totally false. Let's look at the facts. Our border is already safe and secure.
No, it's not. This guy, oh man. Man, oh man. This guy is a cocksucker. Anyway, this guy goes on and on and on about this. Donald Trump responded, which is the most entertaining part of this whole video.
Tariff will immediately increase by a like amount.
Yep.
He going to 50%.
Yep. Yep.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Yep.
This is seems so entire can't make America great again by making the world hate us and not buy from us. This is American liquor that's been ordered to be taken off the shelves across Ontario. Damn. Damn.
They can hate us. That's perfectly fine. They already disrespect us. They don't like us. It's sort of like, oh, people aren't gonna like America unless you basically do things that are against your best interest. Fuck them. By the way, they already bought this liquor.
The United States launched a trade war against Canada. Their closest friend, Canadians, are reasonable, but we will not back down, not when our country is at stake. Man. Oh my fucking God.
Surge. We continue to set tourism records. 2024 saw more than 142 million visitors come to the state of Florida. This includes 3.3 million visitors from Canada. That's not much of a boycott in my book. Maybe they wanted to get a glimpse of what a Stanley Cup winning hockey team actually looks like.
Amen.
Flock to our state.
Can you imagine, like, how much of a free farm it is for these media companies right now because of all this crazy shit going on? Like, it's all you have to do. Like, it's like a fucking TV show. It is. It's escalated in this mass. You too? Yes. It's just wild what's going on with this. Like, I don't even know what to say. It's surprising to see how extreme all this is. Like, I don't know. How does he do it, man? Like, I feel like this is kind of what happened in a lot of cases is that I remember one of the reasons why I think Trump didn't get reelected is because people were just fucking like, they were like, man, this is just crazy. Like, we gotta, like, we're dying.
No, Trump didn't get reelected because of COVID and the media constantly and relentlessly blaming the deaths on him and blaming everything on him, not giving him credit for anything. And the fact is that due to COVID, it allowed a lot of these states to redefine their voting laws, which, whether you want to call it fraud or whatever, it allowed them to change the rules, which was basically the end of Donald Trump's bid for president. These people were allowed to do a lot of things that normally they wouldn't be able to do. And so, yeah. But no, Trump had a great first term. People hated him because of the media and stuff, but this term feels different, and it feels special. And we'll see what happens, but yeah, this is what we voted for. Asmund, you didn't vote for Trump, so I don't blame you. Like you totally like, oh, this is crazy. I don't understand. I voted for this. I don't know how many Trump supporters are in your audience, but I imagine a lot of them also voted for this. To put America on a playing field that's equal. This isn't fair. This isn't what we want. We want Canada to be charged to. If they want to knock this down to 100%, then we should only, tariff their chickens 100%. It should be reciprocal tariffs, but the tariffs that they put on there are outrageous. And I think Trump dealing with this is a very good thing.
Tired, man.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for today's video. Canadians, I do feel for you. I wish you could become part of the U.S. But, yeah, you got your own thing to do. You got your own people to figure out. And so, yeah, I'm watching over here from the States. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. See you next time.